Welcome to Norfolk Southern Heritage Division Railroad, and today we're going to be doing the Rusty Stumps pallet assembly project. It's a fairly simple and enjoyable project. I didn't have much trouble with it. The first thing that you do is go ahead and take those 2x4s and you're going to cut them to size, but instead of making you watch each and every one cut, I'm just going to show you the end product right there. There they are. Next thing you're going to do is make sure that you have enough. I can count them out, but if I place them out, then I know for sure that I have enough. And I like to make sure I don't use up all my materials too fast. Next, you're just going to take some regular wood glue and a toothpick, and you're going to run it right down the 3 rails where the 2x4s are going to get stuck on. And we'll fast forward through that portion to show you what a completed page looks like, or sheet rather. We have it, good side view there of how they're set up, and we're finishing up right now with that, getting the last 3 on there, and we'll be ready to move on to take a look at what happens next. Once they're all on there and you get them dried a little bit, you're going to go ahead and start to cut them out of the form. Now these are pretty well done. They're very easy to remove. You just take your X-Acto knife there, and there's only 2 tabs for each side of the pallet, so they come out pretty easy. You don't have to worry about doing any kind of trim work. Once that's all done, then it's time to start gluing them, which is what I'm doing off frame there, taking and running a little bead of glue, not much, down the bottom of each 2x4 that's already attached to the top pallet. And you just flip it over and set it down on the sheet. Make sure you get it lined up good. One thing I had to do was go back and trim off a little bit of the ends of the 2x4s. I had a couple that were too long, but that was pretty easy to do with that X-Acto knife. That basswood is pretty pliable, as you know. And you just go ahead and run down the sheet, and we're going to get these last 4 glued on there, and it will be ready to be removed from the frame. There's your finished product right there. Now let's go ahead and get these out of the frame. Again, 2 tabs on either side for each pallet. They come out pretty simple. It's really an easy build, and it was pretty enjoyable. I would say all in all it took me about an hour and a half. I could have just left them just like they are, but I decided to go back with a little bit of wood stain and hit them up just kind of randomly, tops, bottoms, sides, get on the inside of some of those pallets where I could. Made sure the brush was pretty dry, that way I didn't have too much of a soaking effect, and get them nice and weathered. Next I come back, you can see I got a little bit of driftwood gray in there. And that's just to kind of lighten them up a little bit. I don't want them to be too dark. I just want them to look like they're well used, like they've been sitting around out there for a while. And once it's all done, here you go, the finished product. All in all, I'd have to say I'm pretty pleased with them. They were easy to do, fun. I think they're going to look pretty good throughout the layout. And I'll probably go back and get a whole bunch more because you can never have too much pallets. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.
Diesel disappear beneath the tumbling waves. Love is a ghost train hailing on the rain. Remember everything she said, 'cause sometimes just a memory remains.